bold? How did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part or show the glory of our art. And which is worse, all you have done hath been for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now, get you gone, and at the pit of Acheron meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide your charms and everything beside, as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. And, as you all know, security is mortal's chiefest enemy.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret farther. Only, I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied in Macbeth. Married, he was dead, and the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if to please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. And who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damn it, fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely, too, for 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men denied. So that I say, he hath all things borne well. And I do say that had he Duncan's sons under his key, as, and to please heaven, he shall not, they should discover what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace. For from broad words, because he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives at the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff is gone, to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these, and with him above to ratify the work, we may again give meat to our tables, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives, do faithful homage, receive free honors, all which we pine for now. This report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
Aye, and with an absolute sir not I, the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums as one who should say, you'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer.
And that might well advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing return to this, our suffering country under him cursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw.
Toad that under cold stone days and nights has 31, sweltered venom sleeping got, boiled out first at the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake.
Hive newt and toad frog.
Will of bat and tongue of dog.
Adder's fork and blindworm sting.
Lizard's leg and howlet's wing.
For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Kill the dragon.
Tooth of wolf.
Witch's mummy!
Fawn, gulp of raven, salt sea shark.
Root of hemlock digged in the dark.
Liver of blaspheming Jew!
Gall of goat and slips of news, covered in the moons and flesh.
Nose of turkey, torrent lip.
Finger of her strangled big, ditch delivered by a drab, magnet rule thick and slab!
Add thereto a tiger's children, for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Cool it with baboon's blood. Now the charm is firm and good.
Well done. And everyone shall share in the gain. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret blackened midnight hags? What is you do?
A deed without a name.
I come to you by that which you profess. However you come to know it, answer me. Though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, though the yeasty waves confound and swallow navigation up, though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's germ tumble altogether, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak. Demand.
Will answer.
Say if thou hadst rather hear it from our mouths, or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Pouring sow's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh, released from a murder's gibbet, throw into the flame, come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth? 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 Beware Macduff. Beware the fate of Fife. Dismiss me. Enough.
Whatever thou art, for thy good cause thanks. Thou's heart my fear right, but one word
You
more.
will not be commanded. Here is another more potent than the first.
Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? And yet I'll make assurance double sure thou shalt not live, and that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies and laugh in spite of thunder.
What is this? That rises like the issue of a king and wears upon its baby brow the round and top of sovereignty.
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam Wood to high Dunstman Hill shall come against him.
But that will never be.
Who can entreat the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound fruit?
Sweet bodements good. Rebellious dead, rise never till the wood of Burnham rise, and our high place, Macbeth, shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know, no.
No, I will be satisfied. Deny me this and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know!
What is that noise?
Show!
Show! Show! Show his eyes and grieve his heart! Come let shadows so depart!
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs.
And thy hair. Oh, thou other gold-bound brow is like the first, a third is like the former. Filthy hags! Why do you show me this? A fourth!
Stark eyes. What will the line reach out to the crack of doom? Another yet? A seventh? I'll see no more. Yet the eighth appears. There bears a glass that shows me many more, and some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight. But now I see 'tis true. For the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. Is all this so?
Aye, sir. All this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his sprites, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar.
Come in without there. What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No.
How infected be the air whereon they ride. Damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was came by?
Just 2 or 3, my lord, to bring you word. Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England.
Aye, my lord.
Time thou anticipates my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is o'ertook unless the deed goes with it. In this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. Even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done, the castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon fight, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Come, where are these gentlemen? Come bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion, and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch, for even the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, would fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. And little is the wisdom where the fight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cuz, I pray you school yourself. But for your husband, he is wise, noble, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much longer, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou wouldst not fear the net, nor line, the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds, they're not set for. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is
And how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Well, I could buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet in faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Ay, that he was.
What is a traitor?
By one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools, for they are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee. How wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, then you would weep for him. If you were not, it were a good sign I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
Bless you, Bending. I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were too fell cruelty. If you will, take word from a homely stranger. Be not found here. Hence with your little ones. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. And yet now I remember that I am in that earthly realm where to do harm is oft laudable and to do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then do I put up that womanly defense to say that I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him.
He is a traitor.
Thou liest, thou shaggy villain!
What doing? Young fry of treachery?
Mother, he has slain me. Run away, I pray you.
Let's seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, and it resounds as if it felt with Scotland, and yelled out with syllable of dolor.
When I believe, I'll wail. What no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time, new friend, I will. What you have spoke, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something of him you may deserve through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to please an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. Is that what you are? My thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I could find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave taking? I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country! Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases shore, for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou thy wrongs, the title is afeard. Fare thee well, lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest, for the whole space is in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended! I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there will be hands uplifted in my right, and here, from gracious England, have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I should wear the tyrant's head upon my sword, or tread upon his brow, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it did before, more suffer in more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particular vices so grafted that, when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor state esteem him as lamb, prepared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none, in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust, and my desire all continent impediments would overbear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such an one reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of a happy throne and fall of many kings. But do not fear to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold the time you may so hoodwink. We have willing dames enough. There cannot be that vulture inside you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affection such a staunchless avarice that, were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels, and this other's house, and my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice digs deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer-singing lust, and hath been the sword of our slain king. But do not fear, Scotland hath foisons to fill up your will of your mere own. All these are portable, with other graces wait.
But I have none! The king becoming graces as justice, fairness, temperance, stableness, bounty, mercy, perseverance, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Scotland, Scotland!
If such an one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live! O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant, bloody sceptered! When shalt thou see thy wholesome days again, since at the truest issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accursed, and does blaspheme his breed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, oftener upon her knees than her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils that repeatest upon thyself banish me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of thy integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples and reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, has sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. But God above deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am as yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own, at no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself: what I am truly is thine and my poor country's command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach, old Seward, with 10,000 warlike men are ready to fight was setting forth. Now all together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once to reconcile.
Well, more anon. Comes the king forth, I pray you?
Aye, sir. There are poor, wretched souls that beg his cure. Their melody convinces to great as they are part, but at his touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hand. They presently am in. I thank you, doctor.
What's the disease he means? 'Tis called the evil, a most miraculous work in this good king, which, often since my here remain in England, I have seen him do. How he solicits heaven himself best knows. But strangely visited people, all swollen and ulcerous, pitiful to the eye, the mere despair of surgery, he cures, hanging a golden stamp about their necks put on with holy prayers. And spoken to the succeeding royalty, he leaves the healing benediction. With this strange virtue he hath the heavenly gift of prophecy, and sundry blessings hang about his throne, that speak him full of grace. So here comes here, my countryman, and yet I know him not.
Ah, my ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, for time to remove the means makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Send Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made, not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is there scarce asked for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying wherever they sicken.
A relation too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of ours doth teem a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well,
And all my children?
well too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of your speech, how goes it?
When I came here to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, they read a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witness the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming hither. Gracious England hath lent us a good sword and 10,000 men, an older and a better soldier, none that Christendom gives out.
Would that I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they, the general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No man that's honest but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
It could be mine, keep it not from me, quick let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner whereon the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven, what man there pull your head upon your brows? Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too?
I have said,
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of this great revenge to cure our deadly grief.
He has no children! All my children! Did you say all? Oh, hellkite, all! All my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must first feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part, sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
See this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could plague the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue. But gentle heaven, cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never bides the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, yet can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and then return to bed. And all this while in a most fast sleep.
Great perturbation in nature. To receive at once the benefits of sleep and do the effects of watching? In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Not to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
I stood by her. She has light by her continually. It is her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense are shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she wrings her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her, to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot. Out, I say. 1, 2. Why then, it's time to do it. Alice Murphy! Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and afeard? What need we fear? Who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Oh, the pain of fight had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands now be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more. You mar all with the starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
Oh, she has spoke what she should not, I am sure of that. Oh, heaven knows what she has known.
Yet, here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia would not sweeten this little hand. Oh! Oh! Ah!
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body. Pray God it be so.
This disease is beyond my practice. Though I have known those which have walked in their sleep and died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Bank was buried. He cannot come out on his grave.
Even so.
To bed. To bed. Oh. There's a knocking at the gate. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. Come. Come. To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Correctly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she, the divine, than the physician. Stay with her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, but keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has made it, and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenge is burned in them for their dear causes, which the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother? For certain, sir, he is not. I have a list of all the gentry. Here is Seward's son, and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause in the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hand. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish feet.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Make we the medicine in the sickly wheel, and with him, pour we in our country's purge, each drop of us.
Or, so much as it needs to drown the softened flower and drown the weed, make we our march toward Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. To Burnham wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot take with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have professed me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that is born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The heart I sway by and the mind I bear shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black! Thou cream-faced loon, whither gots thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
Geese, villain?
soldiers, sir.
Oh, prick thy face and overred thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers hatch? Devil thy soul, those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. What soldiers wave face?
The English force. So please you.
Take thy face hence. Seaton! I am sick at heart when I behold. Seaton, I say! This push shall cheer me ever, or deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life is fallen into the seer. The yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their stead curses. Not loud, but deep, mouth honor, breath which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Seaton!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All that was reported, my lord, is confirmed.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on! Send out more horsemen. Stir the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me my armor! How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest. Pure herbs of that. Canst thou not minister to the mind disease? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the mind, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart? Therein the patient must minister to himself.
For a visit to the dogs. Oh, none of it. Come, put my armor on. Seaton, send out. Doctor, the veins fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say. What rhubarb, senna, or what purgative drug would scour these English heads? Hearest thou of them?
Royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and pain till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away in clear, prophet again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shatter the numbers of our host and make discovery ere and report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there's advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none so wicked but constrained things, whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches, and will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still, they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie, till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful beard to beard and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
That is the cry of women, my lord.
Almost forgot the taste of beers. Time was my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and by fell of hair would a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were in it. I slept cold with horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was the cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays, lighted fools, away to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comes to use thy tongue. Thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand up my watch upon the hill, I looked out toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave.
Let me endure your wrath if it were not so. Within this 3-mile radius, may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove.
Thou speaks false. Upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine fling thee. Thy speech be sooth. I care not if thou dost for me as well. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Well, arm, and out! If that which he about us does appear, there is no flying hence, nor tarrying here. I begin to be weary of the sun, and wish the state of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind. Come. Rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with our cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon us what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those hideous, clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight in the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a man I am to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
I'll be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name is Macbeth.
Thou himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to my ears.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorred tyrant! With my sword, I prove the light thou speakst!
Thou was born of woman. With swords I spy life. Weapons lacked to score and brandished by one that's of a woman born.
slain, with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike with wretched currents whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or my sword with an unbattered edge, I sheathe again undeeded. By this great sound, one of greatest notes seems bruited. Let me find him, fortune. More I beg not.
This way, my lord! The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes too bravely in the war. The dignity almost itself professes yours, and little is due.
We've met with foes that fight beside us.
Enter, serve the castle!
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on my own sword? Whilst I see lives the gashes do better upon them.
Turn! Hellhound, turn!
While men outside avoided me. But get me back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. That bloodier gun that turns can give thee out.
Thou losest labor. As easy mayst thou the trenchant air with thy keen sword impress as make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life that must not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel that thou still servest tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. Be these juggling fiends no more believed, but palter with us in a double sense, and keep the word of honor to our ears, and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
And yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rare monsters are, painted on a pole, and underwrit, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield. To kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. The Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be he that first cries, hold enough!
Some must go off, and yet by these I see, so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived until he was a man, the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead.
Aye, and brought off the field. Your sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Did he have his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God soldier be he? Had I as many sons as I have hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death. So his knell is null.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. So God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King of Scotland, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, whose salutations I desire loud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands took off her life. This, and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we shall perform and measure time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned, Scud.